Dear students, greetings for the day. Today we will discuss about consumer demand and fashion marketing. Objectives: to understand the consumer demand, to comprehend the concept of fashion marketing, to learn about the different consumer groups, to study the factors affecting consumer behavior, to assimilate the factors affecting consumer choice. Introduction. Consumers are the people who buy and use merchandise. They are the primary influences on marketing. Consumer demand is a measure of consumers' desire for a product or service based on its availability. Fashion marketing is the entire process of research, planning, promoting, and distributing the raw materials, apparel and accessories, which consumers want to buy. It involves everyone in the fashion industry and occurs throughout the entire channel of distribution. Marketing is the power behind the product development, production, distribution, retailing, and promotion of fibers, fabrics, leather, furs, trims, apparel and accessory. Fashion marketing begins and ends with the consumer. Fashion marketing and fashion merchandising are now the watchwords of successful fashion businesses. In the early 21st century, the customer has become the most important ingredient in successful fashion retailing. Determining the needs and wants of the targeted customer has become very important, and this challenge has led to the creation of specific goods and stores for specific categories of customers. Consumer demand. For many years, fashion producers were concerned only with what was economical and easy for them to produce. They would spend considerable time and money trying to convince the consumer that what they produced was what the consumer wanted. The fashion producer had little or no interest in the needs and wants of the consumer. However, marketing proved so successful in the growth of consumer goods such as automobiles, packaged foods, and health and beauty aids that it was eventually adopted by the fashion businesses. The history of fashion industry in India is an economy that is growing eventually. There were times in the past that there was more demand of fashion products than made and provided. Such instances gave power to the manufacturers. Gradually the competition increased and consumers had more choices. Consumers then and now have the income to influence the fashion market by their buying decisions. Being a price-conscious market, India always demanded cheaper products, constant availability, convenience and pleasant shopping experience. As a result, from demand push, the market focus shifted to demand pull. Fashion firms have also been spending on mass advertising in order to create demand. The ultimate aim of any firm behind advertising is to create a brand that is preferred over other brands. Being a populous country, not every advertising source impacts the consumers the desired way. If the public is not ready for it or is tired, the impact can go negative too. Under the classic definition of marketing, the key task of the organization is to determine the needs and wants of target markets and adapt the organization to deliver the desired satisfactions more effectively and efficiently to the ultimate customer. Consumer groups. Consumers are not a homogeneous mass. Traditionally, society was divided by income class. In society like such, only the wealthiest could afford to buy fashionable clothes. Today the times have changed. The traditional class system has broken down. Almost all clothing is mass-produced and almost everyone can enjoy fashion. Demographic, market research companies, manufacturers and retailers try to understand consumer needs by studying information about society. Market researchers do sophisticated demographic and psychographic studies to classify the population into consumer groups or market segments based on age, lifestyle, living area, educational and ethnic backgrounds and so on. Demographics are statistical studies of measurable population characteristics such as birth rate, age distribution, and income. Grey market, born before 1945 and now more than 65 years old, is the most neglected market by fashion. Whereas the ground research reality is that this particular segment is the second fastest growing. The people of this age segment tend to feel 10-15 years younger of how old they are. Studies have showed and proved that the purchasing power lies in the hands of this group more than any other group. Generation X, people born between 1965 and 1979 are referred to as Generation X. This consumer group is very fashion conscious and spends on fashion too. Now in their phase of family, this group still is fashion conscious. Generation Y, this consumer group began with the year 1980. They are also called Echo_X0002_ boomers. Television shows, websites and magazines were created initially specifically for this market. Generation Z, born in early 2000s. This generation is exposed to every media source possible. Internet is used by them the most. Considering the Generation Y, this generation is very well adapted to the use of smartphones, computers, etc. Convincing them to buy is very challenging as their options are very open and vast. Ethnic diversity. India as a whole is diverse in terms of cultures and traditions. The four major metropolitan cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai are having very diverse cultures. Henceforth the market too is very diverse. In a way this is very difficult for a fashion house to provide for a particular niche. Psychographic or lifestyle trends. People can share the same demographic characteristics and still be very different from each other due to the lifestyle they live. A mix of psychological, sociological and anthropological factors gives result to psychographic factors for fashion. Manufacturers and retailers often turn to psychographics to further segment and analyze consumer groups and their fashion preferences. Working women. Today a large percentage of the women population works outside the home. A working woman spends a considerable amount of her income on apparel for self and family. For these women, time is a critical issue, hence they prefer convenient one-stop shopping. community. Considering the soap series on general entertainment channels representing diverse cultures, people have started connecting to their respective communities. Travel. Change in the work profile of many professionals. People are opting for clothes that are wrinkle-free and packable. Family first. Gradually people have started spending not on just fashion but on household things as well. Work at home. Many Indians are trying to start either a business of their own or work from home than going to an office. Computers and internet, online shopping is taking grip slowly cocooning. People have started to prefer to stay away from any crime and malpractice. They prefer to stay at home, have leisure time and value their privacy. Overwhelmed consumers. Stressed consumers have busy schedules. They are overwhelmed with too many choices of merchandise available. Fashion marketing. Fashion marketing. Fashion marketing is the strategic art of pushing product. Market research launches a marketing strategy, answering those must-know questions such as target market and customer needs and wants, and a fashion marketer then uses that information to develop a marketing program with coordinated elements such as advertising, special events, public and media relations, videos and social media, as well as written articles and materials. Increasing sales is the ultimate goal. Fashion marketing is much the same as product marketing. Integrating brand into the product is something always popular in the fashion world for many popular retail fashion wares. Basically, fashion marketing is marketing to either fashion-conscious consumers or to distribution channels such as retail franchises and so forth. Through the use of sophisticated marketing techniques such as focus groups, surveys, data mining, and market segmentation along with systematic approaches such as electronic data information, inventory tracking, and constant evaluation of advertising results for determining consumer tastes, the industry's awareness of the importance of pleasing the target customer has greatly increased. Every step design, production, distribution, promotion is geared to consumer demand. Fashion marketing includes all of the activities involved from conceiving a product to directing the flow of goods from producer to the ultimate customer. Activities of marketing include product development, pricing, promotion, and distribution. If a fashion retailer or manufacturer is to make a profit, the firm must have a product that consumers perceive as desirable, and the product must be presented to potential customers in a way that makes them want to buy it. The first step in a fashion marketing approach is to define the company's target customers, those persons the company most wants to attract as customers. Fashion marketers determine their target customers' needs and wants by examining various market segments, identified by geographics, demographics, psychographics, and behavioral studies. Fashion marketers also track trends in population growth and diversity. Changing patterns of immigration bring with them new influences from different parts of the world. products that will meet the needs and desires of these customers are then developed or selected. Most fashion manufacturers and retailers recognize that following a consumer marketing approach leads to a profitable business. Factors affecting consumer choices on clothing. People wear clothes for many different reasons. Some of these reasons are to satisfy physical needs, for example for protection. Others are for psychological needs and social reasons, e.g. to enhance self-confidence, to express personality and identification. As a general concept, clothes help people to express themselves. They can express their individuality and creativity through their clothes. This can contribute to the building up of self-esteem, self-respect and self_acceptance. Motives for consumer buying. Buying motives vary from consumer to consumer and from day to day. They are both rational and emotional motives. To be attractive, consumers want to wear clothes that are flattering and make them look best or show off their physical attributes. To be fashionable, consumers may buy clothes from the section new arrival in their favorite retail outlet to feel they are trendy or at least in the mainstream of fashion. They may discard clothing that is still wearable only because it is out of fashion. To impress others, every individual wants to project a successful image. They may want to exhibit their taste level or income level through clothing. Expensive brands have ever served as status symbols. To be accepted by peer groups, acceptance among friends, colleagues and peer groups is very important. The consumer wants peers to accept them as part of a certain lifestyle. Buying patterns suggest that consumers like some direction as a framework of their choices. To fill an emotional need, buying and wearing new clothes help the consumer feel better psychologically. Being fashionable boosts their self-confidence. This motive may often lead to impulse buying of clothes.